Would you like to unleash that hero within? Then in this video you will learn 5 ways on how to unleash that hero within. My name is Livia Nemeth and I'm your guide to help you thrive in your career, business and life. To unleash that brilliance so that you can live your dream life, a much more fulfilling, successful and wealthier life. Are you ready? Make sure you click on the subscribe button below and click on the bell to be notified immediately of our future videos. Ever wondered if you have a hero within? Now today, if you haven't discovered yet, today you will discover you have that hero within. Most of us lead such busy lives that we totally forget of our victories. We totally forget the hard times and everything we overcome. And that's why it's so important to watch this video carefully, so that you realize that you have maybe not even one, but many different heroes within. So now you might say, but Livia, I really don't think I have a hero within. I haven't had so many success stories. Now you have to realize that you have many different aspects in your life. We're not expecting you to be a hero in every aspect of your life. We all have chapters in our life. And in those chapters and sub-chapters we became a hero. We achieved something that we never thought was possible. We have a chapter of our youth. We have a chapter of our teenage years. We have a chapter of our relationships, of our work, of our friendships, of our finances, of our health. There's many different chapters in our lives. And those chapters, we have to go through difficulties and struggles. And in some of those chapters, we really achieve what we truly wanted. So you too have that hero within. Because what is a hero truly? It is actually starting as a normal person, like in a movie, having difficulties, desires, having unexpected struggles, and taking on charge and finally overcoming those struggles and triumphing in what he or she desired to achieve. Now, of course, we are not inventors probably, or we are not people who fight wars or presidents, and it doesn't matter, because no matter who we are as a person, we can be a hero for our community, for our family, for our clients. We can be a hero for our colleagues. There's many ways to be a hero. And don't forget, we all are somehow, some way an example for somebody. You might be an example for somebody you don't even realize you're an example for. You may be an example of your mom. You may be an example for one of the friends of your kids. Maybe you're an example for a friend or for a colleague. Something you can do, you achieved in your life. So that's why you have to remember that you have that hero within. Now, why is that so important? What will it really give you to realize that you have that hero within? Number 1, when you know your qualities, when you know your strengths, what will happen? You'll become much more confident. It will have direct impact in your career, at your work, how you communicate with your clients, how you communicate actually with everybody around you. Does it make sense? It will have impact in your relationships because you realize the strengths, and you maybe have less tendency to blame or to complain because you are very satisfied with who you are. Do you recognize that? Then another thing, it will also help you to feel more fulfilled, because you will be more in touch with your life purpose when you know your strengths and that you have that hero within, that you can have in different chapters of your life. It makes much more sense of what your life purpose is and the difference you can make. Can you relate to that? So that's why it's important for you to realize that you have that hero within and that you can unleash it. That it can have direct impact, not only on your life, but on the life of so many people you're dealing with, whether it's clients, colleagues, children, friends, you name it. So now I would like to take you to take a pen and paper and to write down, think of a period in your life, it could be in your youth or in your teenage years or other times in your life, when you were victor over something that you did, something that was really hard for you. Now you might say, but Livia, I've never been a victor in something. Yes, you have. Think back. Maybe you helped somebody when you were young. Maybe you stood up for somebody. Maybe you were helpful. Maybe you were a thriver in a moment of struggle. Maybe you had difficulties at school and you managed to overcome those. Maybe you tried to fix things for somebody and you managed to do that. Or maybe you managed to repair a relationship. Or maybe you managed to save money, be able to do something with that. These are qualities and abilities that you have learned over the years that could be helpful for other people. That's why it's so important to recognize the qualities that you have. So write down a moment in your life that you achieved something that you're really, really proud of. And then write down what were the qualities that helped you achieve that. Maybe it was determination, maybe it was perseverance, maybe it was compassion for somebody, maybe it was love, maybe it was forgiveness. And then write down those qualities that made you a hero in the moment. And then go to other moments in your life, because this was just one chapter in your life that you managed to do that. Maybe it was in your youth, in your teenage years. Now another moment in your life where you also achieved something. Maybe it was not for yourself, it was for somebody else. Maybe it was for a family member. Something you're really proud of that you did for somebody else. Or maybe for yourself that helped you become more confident. Maybe it was in your dating life. Maybe it was at school. Maybe it was at work. So think of those moments where you really managed to make that difference, that you think, yes, I did that and I managed to do that for somebody. And it could be something really small that actually made a huge difference. I remember that it could, when I was just, I remember I was in college. I remember going to college for the first time. And I was this really young student, a very little student. And one moment I remember somebody was passing by, a very tall guy, and he was trying to push and to go in front of everybody. And then I stood up and I said, no, you don't go there, you cannot do that, right? And he didn't. Yeah. Later, somebody else reminded me of this heroic act that me as a young girl, small girl, was able to stand up to this big tall guy. Yeah. So this was a kind of heroic act, so he will not go in front of others. Now I had forgotten about that all the way. And then somebody 20 years later reminded me of that moment. And I said, oh wow. And it made me remind of a quality that I had that I didn't realize, that I had not realized it for many years. So if you don't recall a heroic act that you had done in your life, then maybe also ask your friends, your colleagues, or your partner or family members. What is it that I found really brave of you? What is it that I really, really like that you did for them? And then you will realize that you have actually much more qualities than you thought you have. For example, for me, it made me realize like, wow, I was able to stood up for myself when I was young at that age. I mean, how old was I? I thought it was not even college. It was high school. It was my first year of high school. And so I was about 13, 14 years old. So thinking back and thinking, oh wow, I was able to stand up for myself. And I saw that pattern coming back in my life again and again and again, whether it was at work, whether it was in business, whether it was in relationships. So maybe you also recognize that you have a certain quality that you discovered that you had in your youth. And it's a pattern that comes back again and again, that you were able to stand up for yourself, able to stand up for others. When you know that about yourself, it's much easier to actually feel fulfilled and confident in life. So I hope you love the tips that I gave you in this video, and that will actually make the difference in your life as it made in my life. Because realizing that I had moments of heroism in the different aspects of my life, in my youth, in my teenage years, in my work, in my health, in my relationships, helped me to realize that, wow, if I can overcome those moments, if I have those qualities in those times, wow, I can achieve kind of anything. And that's what I want you to take away with as well. To discover all the different qualities you had in every different aspect of your life. And that you can apply those qualities also in other aspects and in the future. So it will help you feel much more confident and happy and become more successful and wealthy in life, of course. Now let's recapitulate. What are actually the 5 ways to unleash that hero within? Number 1 is to go back in time. Think of a moment in time that you achieved something that you totally forgot about. But if you go back, you realize you really did something great. Number 2, think of the quality you used. What's the quality you had at the moment that you used that made a difference? And then number 3, what was the value that was behind that quality? Maybe you had a value of honesty, or a value of standing up for others, or a value of compassion, caring for others and love. So what was the value that helped you take that heroic act, or that helped you stand tall, or that helped you move forward, or that helped you really fight and struggle and overcome the difficulties? And then is what had impact that it had on the life of others at the time. And then 5, what is the difference that it made in your life today? What you have done at that time, how did it impact the rest of your life? By understanding that you went through a journey of discovering that you had a heroic act, that you had qualities, and that you made an impact on other people's life, on your own life, that really shaped your life and that defined who you are today. So make sure you write down in the comments below, what is the thing that you took away from this? What is the insight you got about your heroic acts, about your qualities? We would love to hear it. Make sure you check out my website thrivetank.com, because there I have especially for you a video, it's a 6-series video that you can download. It's about the 6 habits of highly successful people. And I'm sure you will love it. It gave me a lot of insights throughout my life, when I was in my career, in my work, as a manager, marketing manager, later in my businesses, and as an investor. And you need to know what are the things that highly successful people do on a regular basis, so that you can apply them immediately in your life. Now make sure you subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet, and click on the bell as well, and share this video if you think it could be helpful for anybody. If you know anybody who thinks that they are not a hero, but you know they are a hero, make sure you share this video with them. And then I want to remind you that you should always unleash the diamond within. Share your brilliance, live your dreams, and go out there and shine, because the world needs the beauty. That's you.